The hot, tropical air that greeted her when the plane doors opened smelled amazing and charged with energy. She let the guests disembark first, struggling with their overstuffed carry-ons and exclaiming over the humid, scented air. By the time she was off the plane, the resort van had already departed with the first batch of guests, leaving her with the second group and the extra luggage. The white-haired woman had secured a seat on the first van trip, and the few remaining guests were sitting in the little open shelter that was the only structure at the landing strip. They seemed to be an equal mix of patiently enjoying the tropical view and feeling slighted that they were having to wait. A middle-aged brunette woman immersed in a book sat between a bored-looking blonde wearing impractical heels and a young Swede. The Swede was trying to explain over her head to the blonde that he was a professional hockey player. She didn't look impressed. A grim-faced man completed the group, and he scowled at everyone and then walked to the far end of the structure to light a cigarette. He didn't look like the sort to book a solo vacation at Shifting Sands, but they did get all kinds. When Travis, the resort handyman, returned with the van, she enfolded him in a warm, brief hug and then helped load the luggage in the back. "We've got stories," the link shifter told her, a merry twinkle in his eyes. "So many stories." "I can't wait to hear them," Lydia said eagerly. He looked different somehow, though he'd been so overworked and stressed out when she left that perhaps it was only that he'd finally gotten a decent night of sleep. The road back to the resort was noticeably worse than it had been when she left, thanks to the storm that had just swept through, and the jaw-chattering trip was too rough for conversation, or much of anything except clinging to the side rails in the van, trying not to end up on anyone else's lap. Graham, the lion shifter in charge of landscaping, met them at the resort entrance to help unload the luggage, and Lydia caught him for a quick hug as well. He gave her a dutiful kiss on the cheek and said gruffly, "Welcome back." Then he picked up more of the giant suitcases than looked possible and vanished down into the greenery. The resort owner, Scarlett, was checking guests in and paused in her task to flash Lydia a quick welcome smile. "Meeting at 3, she called, and Lydia waved and carried her own small bag to the top of the path down into the resort. She paused for only a moment to soak in the familiar view. Her mate was down there, somewhere tantalizingly close, and she longed to drop her bag and fly to him. But she'd waited this long to meet him, and she could wait a little longer. She knew that her spa would soon be busy with all the new arrivals, and duty called first.